Hi, welcome to PG6's channel. I bought a gun the other day that I had years ago. It's this Keltec Sub2000. I had it years ago because I bought a Wasser 10 underfolder as my first rifle, and then it was a piece of shit, and I had to sell it because it didn't work. That's why I really don't like Wassers that much, in case you ever wondered. And so I was sitting there and I had a Glock 17 that was pretty much my only handgun. And I had a bunch of mags for it. And I had like 450 bucks to spend on a rifle. And I got to looking around and I found one of these for $275 plus tax. Yeah, this was several years ago. They were quite cheap. So I bought that, and I bought 7 33 round mags for it, and I bought a Hogue grip to put on it because I hate the way that feels. I'll probably end up doing that to this gun eventually. And pretty much other than that, I ran it stock, but that was my go-to rifle and handgun for about a year or so. So I shot it considerably. I mean, until I got my next AK, it was pretty much the go-to rifle. And there are a lot of things to love about this gun. It tends to work. I mean, I've never seen one that had any serious issues that I'm aware of. It folds in half. Excuse me. It locks back like an H&K, which is pretty cool. You can stow it like this, and when you want to use it, unfold it and slap it closed, and it'll be loaded, hot, and ready to go. That's pretty awesome, really. Because it eliminates this whole awkward cocking bullshit it's got going on. Glock 33 round mags are made for this gun. It can take the standard ones. Actually, that was kind of funky. That's interesting. Anyway, the crossbolt safety sucks. I hate crossbolt safeties, but pretty much if you ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist, it doesn't bother you. That's kind of how I feel about a lot of safeties. A lot of people go, well, you can't do that. You need to train to use that safety. That's bullshit. You do not need to train to use the safety. Do I think it's advisable to know where it is and know how to deactivate it? Yes, I do. You should know how to do that. But do you want to run around the whole time putting the safety on and off? No. Unlike an AR-15, makes some sense. 1911 makes some sense. You know, fucking AK doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway, that's a micro rant. Anyway, ow. This gun is still cheap. I mean, the most I've ever seen these going for was like $650, which is pretty steep. I bought this one for 450 bucks, gun show. I thought it was a good deal at the time. If you see one of these for 500 bucks or under, I would just buy it. It's a good deal. If you see one for MSRP like 350, I'd buy that too. I think it's ridiculous that Keltec can't make enough guns to make their guns price below MSRP. They used to be able to before the fucking internet. That's a whole nother rant. Anyway, it's got some really cool features for it. It is the smallest rifle as far as a non-firing configuration goes that you could have. This is even smaller than a 1022 takedown. I'd say actually by a lot. It's smaller than the takedown AR-15s. Maybe not the takedown AR pistol, but basically to get a legal rifle in a package this small, it's going to have to be non-functioning. So it might as well be like this where it folds in half. I really like this gun and several other Keltec guns because they're just fuck yous to the whole NFA protectionist bullshit. I really hope I'm in frame here. I apologize if I'm not. So I'm probably not going to reshoot this video. But anyway, Keltec is one of the few companies that really just, it goes right up to the line, and then it takes like a toe over. I mean, they have guns that like that are not legal according to the NFA, but they kind of slip through the cracks. The SU-16 Charlie, I think, the one with the underfolder, it is not legal according to the NFA. It's a ½ inch too short. I know it's only ½ inch, but it's still a fuck you, because the NFA approved it, not NFA, the ATF approved it. It's a legal gun, but it is illegal according to the laws. You gotta love that. These guns, not the Keltec, not the Sub2000, I don't think, but a lot of Keltec's guns are legal in Canada and California. Okay, I mean they make them so fucking, you know, commie friendly, but yet at the same time are fuck yous to all the laws. They skirt just within the laws. They are definitely within the definition of the law, but not the intention of the law, if that makes any sense. It's like the was it SU-16A and B, where they break it in half like this. Well, California said no folding stocks. The stock doesn't fold. The whole gun folds now. Are you happy? It's just, I think that's pretty funny. The good thing about Keltec Sub2000s is they take Glock mags, or Sig mags, Beretta mags, Smith & Wesson mags. But to be honest with you, the one that everybody wants is the Glock mag, because everybody has Glocks, and Glock makes factory 33 round mags. So to ignore Glocks in this discussion would be stupid. I think this gun and a Glock make a really nice combo. And if you are just starting out and you don't have a whole lot of money, and you want, you know, one round to have to buy and have to stock, one mag to have to buy and have to stock, I think this is a great option. And I've heard several people say, well, those guns suck, I'd get a Just Right carbine. I think the Just Right carbine is ugly, and I don't think it works any better than this gun. I've yet to see one of these that did not run at least 95%, okay? Most of these run 100%. The only reason I say 95% is because some of these guns do not like aluminum and steel cased ammo. And I think that's acceptable. I mean, you shouldn't be running that shit anyway. If I had the choice between Blazer aluminum and like Tula steel, I'm going to pick the Blazer aluminum. I did a few tests when I first built my 1911. I had a completely unoiled gun to test with. An oiled gun will pretty much run any kind of ammo, in case you didn't know this. But an unoiled 1911 is very, very picky. And it ran every brass cased ammo I could find flawlessly. It would not run steel cased. What does that tell you? Well, it's underpowered. That's what it tells you. The interesting thing is it would run Blazer aluminum, and it would run it like a champ. So apparently Blazer makes decent ammo. That's what I got out of that anyway. Now, I've heard other people on the internet, nothing fancy, I'm talking about you, say, well, I like the aluminum cased ammo because it saves ounces. That's stupid. I'm sorry. I like some of what Nothing Fancy does. I mean, I am on YouTube because I saw Nothing Fancy videos and got inspired. But that is complete and total bullshit. Any ounces saved by going to aluminum from brass is insignificant in the total weight of the gun. If you save 2 ounces, whoop-de-fucking-do, you just lost reliability. That's my opinion on it. Anyway, side rant. They make some accessories for this gun that are interesting. I personally hate the new version of this. That's one of the reasons I snatched this up when I saw it. I don't want the new and improved model. And I do not like the quad rail they have. They make a light mount that fits right in that hole, which apparently someone had on this at one point, because the filler is gone. and you can use that light mount to mount a light or a vertical foregrip on this gun. That's all you need, in my opinion. I would not put a quad rail on it. The whole thing of this gun is that it folds in half and is crazy lightweight and shoots Glock mags and 9mm ammo. So deviating from that, you take away some of that, in my opinion. Optics on this gun also, just forget it. You don't fucking need them, number one. This is a, I'm going to say 100-yard gun and in. Really more like 75-yard gun and in. This is basically a handgun, okay? It's a handgun that's more accurate at range, and you're going to be more accurate with it simply because it is a rifle. If that makes any sense to you. It is not a long-range gun. Would a red dot be nice? Not for what this is. It's going to get in the way more than it is useful. Okay? And the reason I say that is, yet again, the whole thing of this gun is that it folds in half. If it no longer folds in half, this gun is not that cool anymore. If it no longer folds in half, it might as well be the Just Right carbine. Adding a whole bunch of shit to this gun is going to add weight to it. Not a fan of that for this gun. I think you should try to keep this as light as possible because, yet again, it is what it is. Some sort of grip enhancement is necessary. Not only is it necessary, but it's damn prudent. Some sort of maybe grip tape and just roll the whole thing. That would be my advice. The Hogue thing is okay. It doesn't work that well, though. I'm going to explore that. I wonder if they sell that Talon grip material, like by the yard. I'm not much of one for Talon grips, grip tape, Hogue grips, stippling, or any of that bullshit, but something needs to be on this particular gun. And that mainly has to do with the fact that the grip is too short and it's too small. Okay? It's made for a fucking midget. And that's partially because it's made to be a carbine, not a pistol, and it's using pistol mags. I honestly wish they made it to use these and just made the grip long enough instead of having it made to use Glock 17 mags. Although now Magpul is making the G17 mags, I'm probably going to get a whole bunch of those. I mean, they're supposed to be under $15 a pop. This is the 10 rounder it came with. I went out and immediately bought a 33 just to have with it because why own the gun if you don't have a 33 rounder? It's a very good question. But hell, with a 17 round Magpul mag, it's going to be a smaller package. And you could buy 3 of those mags for the cost of one of these. This one I got cheap and it was like 33 bucks. So you could at least buy 2 of those Magpuls for the price of this. And don't get me wrong, I like these, and for 33 bucks I would definitely buy more of these. But the issue is, most places these are $45. That's stupid. Anyway, I think I'm probably keeping this gun. I've gone back and forth a couple of times, and the main reason I'm keeping it, I think, is because, number one, they're hard to get. They're hard to get for a good price. And on top of that, it's a version that they're probably not going to make this anymore. They're going to go over to their new version exclusively eventually. And that's going to suck. Okay? And the reason I don't like the new version, first off, the grip. Big improvement, in my opinion. The handguards totally suck. Well, not totally. Those are actually okay too. But where they really killed it is the front sight on the new one. They made it a big hunk of metal with adjustable sights and whatever. And I'm sure a lot of people like that. Me personally, not so much. If I see one of the new ones cheap, like, you know, $450 or under, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to try it, and I'm going to do a comparison video. But I have a feeling those new ones are going to be big, big money. Probably $650, $700 for a long time, simply because, oh, it's a new Keltec, which is stupid. None of Keltec's product line is good enough to fucking, you know, panic buy over or whatever. I've had several of their guns. I have everything I've ever owned from them. This was the best. Okay? It's like saying that this particular piece of dog shit was better than all of the other pieces of dog shit. But this gun tends to work, and it's a cool design. and only Keltec makes it. If Ruger started making the same gun, I would buy the Ruger. Which really, I think Ruger at this point, they should just accept the fact that they're just going to copy Keltec from now on and just make identical products to everything Keltec makes, but better. Because if they did that, they would sell a lot of fucking guns. I would like to try a KSG. I think that looks like it's a pretty good gun. And their new downward ejecting bullpup, that looks pretty cool. I never liked the RFB. Yeah, too much money for what it is. And I'm sure the downward ejecting bullpup is going to be the same thing. The only other gun they're making that I would really be interested in at this point is the rifle version of the PMR-30. I think it's like the RMR-30 or something like that. I'd be interested in seeing that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, another cool thing to do with this is if you have like a laptop bag, this gun and a whole bunch of stick mags fit real nice in a laptop bag, and you can look like a little hipster douchebag and you have a fucking submachine gun. Pretty cool. Oh, and something else I found out the other day, the Canadian versions of this gun have like 4 inches of barrel hanging out the front of it. Because Canadian gun laws have an overall length law of like 18.5 inches. There's no barrel length restriction, but this thing is too short. Sorry. Too short when it's folded. So they have to add about that much barrel to make it legal. Crazy. That's pretty much it. I would highly recommend buying this gun if you see one for a good price. There's no reason not to. I mean, it works. It's a good gun. The reason I sold it before is because I could get big money out of it, and it's not worth that to me. And at this point, I might keep this thing just because I don't think I'm ever going to see another one. But if I get an opportunity to sell it for over $700, I'm going to do that. It's not worth that. And if someone's willing to pay it, then they can be an idiot and they can pay it. Oops. I think I was pretty much out of frame for about half of this video. So, hope you guys enjoy that. I'm not going to redo it. This thing has been almost 20 minutes, so be sure to like, thumbs up, subscribe, do all the rest of that bullshit if you want to. I would greatly appreciate it, and be sure to tune in next time. Thanks for watching.